it's time to catch some autumn fever in Bismarck, North Dakota. That's the site where we have our September tag team action for Chao Racing 2019. And here's the host to fall into the spirit of autumn, Brandon Chattis. Hello, Bismarck. I hope you're bundled up for the autumn festival. Yes, we are, and we're ready for exciting race action. And hello, fans. Welcome to the first show of the autumn season, or fall season, here on Chao Racing 2019. Yep, it's officially fall now, and we hope you enjoyed a great summer from our Summer Farewell show last week. Right now, the fans are pumping up for our tag team action here in Bismarck, North Dakota, and I think we have a special surprise for you in the event today. Audience, turn our attention to right over here. Look what we have from our legendary All-Stars for our 65th anniversary this month. LaVincent and Hans Duga, everybody! Yep, the tag team that participate in the first 3 tag team championships from 1994 to 1996 against the same team. They won in 1994 and we gained the title in 1996. Welcome LaVincent and Hans Duga to the races in Bismarck, North Dakota. And now, Paul, let's get started with race number 1 of the week. Okay, Brandon, let's get to the action. The first race of week 16 will be Howard and Dave on the Middle Traders, and Bismarck and Chao and Thomas Lingrata. So, LaVincent and Hans Duga, feel free to cheer on whatever team you'd like to see following in your first steps, just like you did on our first tag team championship. Everyone is on the clock, so let's rock this place! And there goes the first team pressing down the line. Howard and Dave trying their best, trying desperately to get the first win of the season, especially the Dave Miller, who was winless for the entire season heading into this week's race. The other 2 superstars trying to get back on track towards coming back next season. Right on the forward, Chao shaking the palm trees and bringing down that coconut shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Bismarck and Chao and Howard Miller are going down for the lead up in the front, along with numbers 2 and 8. Where will we Charlie heading? I think Bismarck and Chao's going to yeah. Howard Miller is heading for the water as number 2, who quickly wakes up for a snap, takes the first speed bus of the week, and he will pass number 8 for the lead over the 4th to Chao. So now number 8 will have to drop down a couple places. Right now number 7 also Miller needs help to get back in this one. Number 2 got the first speed bus for the first race, as the superstar who will get speed bus number 2 is Thomas Lingrata. There he goes. He's flying around the bridges, but I think someone has took a shortcut. And guess who took a shortcut? It's Howard Miller trying to lift the Middle Trans to the first win of the tag team season. Who got the next speed bus? It's number 2. That makes his second speed bus for the race. Right now, number 7 and 8 are both getting left behind in the competition, and so is number 1. Number 2 trying to defend the lead over the 4th to Chao. And number 2, Boston's full point. That means we'll drop down to last place as we pass 110. As the next speed bus win made by Thomas Lingrata, that makes his second speed bus of the race. Number 2 and Thomas Lingrata are alternating speed buses at current moment. Meanwhile, Howard Miller has a commanding lead over Thomas Lingrata and Bismarck and Chao making his way past the waterfall. I do believe it's going to be in the military's time to shine after all these weeks. Next PS belongs to number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Trying desperately to get back in this one, but guess who really needs some help every now and then? It's number 2, that's who, but I think he is going to hit the wall first. So it's Bismarck and Chao who will get the next command. Yes, he can't forget about going to rest, but this race is all about Howard Miller leading the Middle Trans to the first win, especially the Dave Miller, who's going to get his first win after 16 weeks. And there you have it, folks. Howard Miller lives the Middle Trans for the victory. As number 7, fighting for D-Line takes next command. Yes, that means Howard Miller now has 2 wins, and Dave Miller finally gets his first win of his 2019 season. What a deal by Howard and Dave, who desperately needed that win, and he got it with style. As number 2, we'll get another turn that makes his first speed bus of the race, and I do believe that is going to do it for this race. No more speed bus by the way, looks like it, and that's going to do it. So, with that miracle win, Howard and Dave Miller on the Middle Trails get the first win. That's why Dave Miller is finally winner, and Howard Miller got his second win, and there's more time coming up. Do not go away. Hope you enjoyed the first race. Paul, who do we have for race number 2? Well, Brandon, race number 2 will feature 2 winning teams from our last tag team edition. The Classic Go-Getters, which consists of next generation superstar Antonio Bennett and Christian Anna, and the 2017 Rising Stars Champion Shane Flanagan and his partner, Norman Finer, one of the best swimmers in the league. Good luck to these 2 teams on the quest for victory, and please start the race! And Norman Finer is with us. That means the Classic Go-Getters will have a 2-1 advantage, as we will find out which team will follow up from their impressive Week 13 victory during our June tag team action in our last edition. Right now, Antonio Bennett passes for more, so let's watch Chris Schneider and the 2013 Rising Stars champion Shane Flanagan. The 2 Chao are going to eat the fruit, and there they go, busting down the line. Number 1 right on their tail, bowing for the lead with 4 Silver Chao, and number 7 is going to miss. That means he'll drop down a couple of places by the way he looks at it. As the first superstar to get speed bust is number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. He's still way behind in the competition. And right now, Antonio Bennett is flying over at the water. Norman Finer trying his best to make a miracle comeback. He's battling with number 1 for D-Life. As speed bust number 2 in this race will be made by Chris Schneider of the Classic Go-Getters, and Antonio Bennett of the Classic Go-Getters has prevailed with his shortcut strategy. Looks like the Classic Go-Getters might be able to get another easy victory. They've done it in Week 13. I'm pretty sure they might do it again for Week 16 here in September this month. And who got the next one? It's Norman Finer. He got all around that one. We'll see if he gets some more later on. Right now, as we approach the 1 minute mark, it is number 8, who is still all alone in last place behind the pack. I think it's time that he needs a couple more speed busts to get back in this one. But let's head back to Norman Finer. That's 2 in a row for Norman Finer, and now he's catching up to his partner, Shane Flanagan. Meanwhile, Antonio Bennett still has a commanding lead over his partner, Chris Schneider, who is safely in 2nd place. Antonio Bennett has reached the top wall, and Norman Finer will get a 3rd consecutive speed bust, trying to make a rally so that he can make a pass while Antonio Bennett was swimming, but I think he probably won't have a chance at all. Chris Schneider and the number 2 Chao battling for the ball, as number 8 finally gets another turn. That makes his 2nd speed bust of the race. And right now, Antonio Bennett is safely at the home stretch with no opponents to worry about, and a huge lead ahead of Chris Schneider. His team is going to win this one for sure. As number 7 takes next Spears, dominating force of a Chao, and just going to rest. Antonio Bennett is going to let the Classic Go-Getters to another easy victory this month. And there we have it. Antonio Bennett leads the Classic Go-Getters towards the victory over Shane Flanagan and Norman Finer. As number 8, who's still firing for D-Life, takes up her 3rd speed buzz in the race. Norman Finer can't just forget about this race. But hey, that was still an incredible swimming ability. He will come in 2nd place. As Shane Flanagan gets the next command PS, and I do believe that is going to do it for this race. Number 8 can't just forget about this race. He's going to be straight in last place. Alright, so the Classic Go-Getters tallying up another easy victory. That's right. They are now at 4. They are now off and running. And we'll have more exciting action after this, so stay tuned. Alright, Paul. Tell us who we have next. Race number 3 will have the Warriors brothers, Eddie and Owen, who did very well winning the last win in the Week 13 race. This week they'll be taking on Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe. Good luck to the next 2 teams on the quest for victory. Everyone is on the clock, and we start the race. Okay, so the Warriors brothers trying to follow up from their impressive Week 13 victory. And right now the 4 Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees. They're going to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Owen and Larry. These 2 Chao will be bowing for the lead up in the front. Where will we Chao be heading? It looks like Larry Monroe is going to be heading for the water. And who is going to get the first speed bus on his face? It's Eddie Warriors, who is just pausing for one. Now he's heading for the water. Number 8 also trying his best to stay alive in the game. As the superstar who will get speed bus number 2, it's number 2. And right now number 1 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. Trying his way to get back in this one, as he will get how he gets the next command speed bus. Trying this week to get back in this one, and right now Eddie Warriors will score the rest. Right now his partner Owen and Larry Marveau are battling for the lead as they make their way towards the Sapphire portion of the course. As Jimmy Wales, who is passing the 1 minute mark, takes the next command speed bus. Poor number 8 is getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. Now he really needs help to get back in this one. He's going to need a couple of speed buses to get back in this one, and this is the first of them, and look at that. He is going to pass number 1 for dear life. Meanwhile, Owen and Larry are going to make their way towards the wall, and that's so cute to climb out that stone wall to the top of the wall. And who got the next one? It's number 1, Natsu. Now he really needs help, and down goes Eddie Warriors. That's what costs the damage. And Jimmy Wales starts from 1, trying to pick up. They hate each other. Anyway, they are going to climb on the wall. We'll see which team will prevail in year 1. Next PS belongs to number 8. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And right now, Owen and Larry are making their way towards the home stretch. As Jimmy Wales forget another time. That makes his second speed bus of the race. But I think it's going to be Owen Warriors who is going to lift the Warriors bus to another amazing victory. Yep. And it looks like Roy Marvel's now going to catch up. Owen Warriors going to lead the Warriors bus to another amazing victory. And this time Jimmy Wales scores 1 consecutive. But it's the Warriors brothers with Owen Warriors coming in first place ahead of Larry Marvel, who will win this one. The Warriors brothers now improved to 4-1 in the solid tag team season premiere. Let's hope they will continue in the very one. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed bus on this race, and we may buy number 8. That makes his first speed bus of the race. So the Warriors bus now have 4 wins out of 5 victories so far. That's right, they're 4-1, and we'll have more exciting action after this. So stay tuned for more of our Honor Feast. You're on Chao Racing 2019. Alright, we're back from our commercial break, and let's see what Paul has to say about race number 4. Alright, Brandon, race number 4 will feature the 2018 Tag Team Champions, Vince Jason and Glenn Mowing, battling against Andrew Olsen and Marvin Sanderson. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a challenge! And Glenn Mowing is winners. That means Andrew Olsen and Marvin Sanderson will have a 2-1 advantage in the category. We'll soon find out if it will pay off or not in either one. Right now, Vince, Andrew, and Marvin are going to shake the power greens to bring down that coconut shake fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Marvin Sanderson busting on the line, and look at that. He is going to have full control of this match. But a moment, the other 2 Chao are dancing to the beat. And it looks like Marvin's going to be heading for the water. As number 1, trying to move up a couple places with the only toss, he's also heading for the water along with Glenn Mowing. And by now, number 2 is getting all alone in last place. Now he's heading for the water as speed bus number 2 of this race will be made by number 7, who just woke up from his nap. And right now it is Marvin Sanderson who has the lead over Glenn Mowing, and he pauses for 1 as the next speed bus will be made by Vince Jason, who just for the rest. Glenn Mowing will now have command lead out of Marvin pauses for 1. Right now, numbers 2 and 7 are both getting left behind on the competition as we approach the 1 minute mark. Number 18 also really needs help. But back to Vince Jason. He is chewing on Glenn Mowing to try to win the battle over Marvin Sanderson for the lead up in the front. They are making their way towards the Sapphire portion of the course. All 4 Chao are doing mighty fine trying to keep up with the pace. Let's find out who will get the next command speed bus, and that next speed bus will be made by number 7. That makes his second speed bus race. Wow, he got all about that one. Good speed bus right there. but I do believe he's going to need a lot more help than that to stay in the game. Meanwhile, Marvin Sanderson up in the front is trying to catch up with our leader, Glenn Murray, as number 2 will get some help trying to battle with number 7 for the life. Glenn Murray trying to hold on Marvin Sanderson while climbing up the wall. The other 2 Chao will join him momentarily, and we'll soon know which team will have the edge when they get to the home stretch of this race. Next PS belongs to number 7, that makes his first speed buzz of the race. Glenn Murray and Marvin Sanderson are making their way past the waterfall, and the next stop will be the home stretch, also known as the Ruby portion of the inward course. They are approaching the edge, and right now going to be flying towards home stretch, as number 1 will get another turn as he wins the first snap. That makes his second speed buzz of the race, and I do believe Glenn Murray is going to lift Ben Stason towards the victory over Marvin Sanderson. Yeah, Ben Stason is going to get another turn, and his team is going to be happy with the result. Marvin Sanderson won't have enough distance to catch up to Glenn Murray in time. Ben Stason, Glenn Murray, hold on, Marvin Sanderson and Emma Wilson for the victory. Marvin will come in second, Ben Stason will be smiling for the victory with third place. As Emma Wilson, disappointed with the loss, will qualify as viewers. So Ben Stason and Glenn Murray now have 2 victories up on their sleeve. That's fine. If they keep it up, they'll do mighty fine. Let's hope for the very best, Vince and Glenn. Coming up, we'll get more exciting action for you, but first, have a look at this. And now we'd like to present 2 more winners from our last edition. Is that correct, Paul? That is indeed correct. It's the Dinosaur Master, Gary Dayton, and the Horror Train Master, Evan Kingsley, against Charlie Clayton and Alex Markinson. Both teams got a W on their column during week 13 on our last edition, but only one of them will keep up with the pace, and we'll soon know which team will deserve another sweet victory. And no! So who's going to add another fine victory to their collection after their impressive victories during week 13? We will find out soon enough. Right out the 4 Chao are going to check the palm trees. Once they get to the palm trees, let me remind you that anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. Could be the main event, could be any other race, but always stick with a motto with anything can happen indeed. For the Chao Racing universe, we know it well. And right now, Charlie Clayton and Alex Markinson are both dancing to the beat. And Evan Kingsley is scoreless. As number 8, quickly finishing eating the fruit in time, since the opening toss, Evan Kingsley will drop down a couple places to the nap. But he and a couple of Chao are heading for the water, trying to stay on the game, following number 7 in the dice, and now number 1 is quarterback over at the bridges. So now he will drop down last place over at the bridges, as speed bus number 2 of this race, we made by Alex Markinson, who flies over the bridges a little bit, and guess who flew over the shortcut is his partner, Charlie Clayton, trying to follow up on the impressive victory last time. They done well in week 13, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do it again for week 16 for the month of September. Who got the next advance for us is the Dinosaur Master himself, Gary Dayton. He had an epic kicks are trying desperately to get back in this one. Right now, number 1 is getting left behind on the competition, and so is number 2 as we pass 1 minute mark. Which one man will get viewers and try to stay alive in the game? It's number 2 as Gary Dayton is what so he will drop down to last place. Right now, Charlie Clayton has a commanding lead. Meanwhile, Alex Markinson is safely in second place, trying to defend an easy second over Evan Kingsley, the Harshing Master. As Gary Dayton, who was going to rest, now takes active as because he's fighting for the life all the way in the back. Evan Kingsley also trying his best to stay alive. And who will get the next one? We're about to find out right now. It's going to be number 8, who leads over the 4 Silver Chao with 4th place. And right now, Gary Dayton is going to be busy climbing up the wall with numbers 1 and 2. I don't think one of the upper Silver Chao will get a speed rush to get back in this one for a while. Nope, no, I don't. Back to number 8. He was going to rest, but now he dominates over the 4 Silver Chao easily. And Charlie Clayton dominating over the pack is going to lift Alex Markinson towards an easy victory. Charlie Clayton and Alex Markinson are our winners. As number 2 will get his second speed buzz of the race. Gary Dayton is sad with another painful loss. Oh well, there's always the rest of the season for Gary Dayton indeed. And let's find out who will get the next command speed buzz for this exciting race. As we meeting Chao fight their way towards the finish line, the next BS will be made by Evan Kingsley, and he was disappointed with Wallace as well. Alex Marcusson is going to congratulate Charlie Flayton with second place, and number 8 will take third place over the competition. And Garrett Dixon was scored last as he makes his way towards the finish line. Alright, so Charlie Flayton and Alex Marcusson are an amazing victory. That's right, down now at 3-2, and hoping to keep up with the rest of the season. Back in the bed, do not go away. Alright, Paul, almost halfway through the men's division on week 16. That's right, we'll be halfway there after we present this race, which will feature the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, Vicky Nelson and Rusty Insuipe Jackington, versus the Steel Curtain, Aaron Miller, and the Sheriff Outlaw, Eric Crosby. Who is going to prevail? Who will be one step closer towards all the fame and fortune? There's only one way to find out. Please start the race! Alright, so it's the Go-Getters 2.0 squad against the Steel Curtain and the Sheriff Outlaw in this next race. And it looks like numbers 1 and 8 are both going to rest. That means these two will be left behind in the competition for a while. Right now, our 4 superstars are going to shake the palm trees and bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat fruit. And there goes Vicky Nelson. He is going to lead over the 4 Chao for the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. The 4 Chao are closing in on each other and they're approaching the minutes right now. And it looks like Aaron Miller and Rusty Insuipe Jackington on the Go-Getters 2.0 squad are heading for the water. As the first superstar against Beepus is number 7, who desperately is to catch him every now and then. He has got jumped to number 1 for Deal Life, and number 1 is heading for the water. That will be poor number 7 to fight for Deal Life over at the Bleachers. Number 2 also heading for the water under Cameron, as Beavis number 2 in this race will be made by Rusty Jackington of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, and right now he has second place on Cameron. Right now it is the Steel Curtain, Aaron Miller, who has a commanding lead over Rusty Jackington in the classic of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, and we are approaching the 1 minute mark of this race as we head back into Rusty Jackington from the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. Now catching up to our leader by Aaron Miller. Meanwhile, numbers 1 and 7 are getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack. Number 7 is really in danger to need some help, but it's the Chao Outlaw Eric Crosby who will get the next command BUS, and right now it looks like Aaron Miller is going to get tailgated by Rusty Jackington, so it is partner Eric Crosby. But who got the next one? It's Vicky Nelson, the other half of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad, now trying to make it a 4-way battle for the lead. And it looks like these 4 Super Chao are probably going to hit the wall before the next command series. Yeah, number 7 is going to be left behind for numbers 1, 2, and 8. I don't think they'll get us for the rest of the race, don't you think? Back to Vicky Nelson, and now he is catching up to the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller, but I think the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller should have a chance to defend the lead over Vicky Nelson. Yeah, Aaron Miller's going to have plenty of room ahead of Vicky Nelson up in the front. And as Eric Crosby is going to take an XP race, his team is going to be happy with the result this week. Aaron Miller lifts Eric Crosby towards victory over the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. As Rusty Jackington will get another turn, that makes him better speed buzz in the race, and number 7 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. So the Steel Curtain, Aaron Miller, and Eric Crosby get another huge victory. That's right, they'll still in 104 next season, and we'll present another exciting race after we hear a word from this. Alright, we have a team that's 4-0 heading into this month's race. That's right, race number 7 will feature the police jury, Rusty Williamson and Casey Richardson. They'll be taking on last season's runner-up Joe Rafferty and the Great Louis Charleston. The police jury did a mighty fine job winning the previous 4 months. Will they go 5-0 this month? I'm pretty sure that Casey Richardson is the fastest runner of the 48-man Superstars. Let's find out if it will pay off again. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a Chao race! Alright, Casey Richardson and the police jury will be leading the 8 Chao up the pack. and he will lead the police Joey to an easy victory. Right now, Casey Richardson's going to shake the palm trees, and now he's going to eat the fruit, and he is off and running. Now let's watch the other three. Rusty Williamson and Joe Maffrey and Louis Charleston are eating the fruits, and right now it looks like Rusty Williamson is dancing to the beat, along with a couple of Super Chow, and right now number 8 is quarterback, so that means he'll drop down a couple of places due to that nap. As the first superstar to get speed to start of the second half of week 16 is the great Louis Charleston, and his partner Joe Maffrey is making his way towards the water, trying to catch up to the fastest runner, Casey Richardson, up in the front. Casey Richardson going for his 15th win. We'll soon know Joe Maffrey can spoil the party, as speed bus number 2 in his race will be made by number 7, and he passes number 8 who taunts from 1. Right now, Rusty Williamson is battling with number 2 for 7th place, all the way in the back of the pack. Both Rusty Williamson and number 2 really want to speed bus to get back in this one. But who we got in the next game? Yes, it's number 8, Natsu, trying to outwin number 1 for the lead over the 4, Super Chao. By now, Casey Richardson has a commanding lead as we pass the 1 minute mark for the honorary police Joey, going for 5-0 in the cinema season this year, as the next BS we made by number 2, who is battling with Rusty Williamson and trying to outlast Rusty Williamson for the life. Meanwhile, Joe Maffrey and Louis Charleston trying their best to catch up with Casey Richardson's footprints in the only one. We'll also know if they will find a way to stop Casey Richardson's incredible speed. Next BS belongs to number 8. Now makes his second speed buzz of the race, and he dominates over the 4 Super Chao, easily in 4th. Poor Rusty Williamson and number 2, meanwhile, are still way behind in the competition. And number 2 passes from 1. That's Rusty Williamson against next BS, but that was not good at all for Rusty Williamson. Oh well, he's still chewing on Casey Richardson. He is safely at home stretch, trying to defend a huge lead ahead of Joe Maffrey. And number 8 will get another speed buzz. That makes his first speed buzz of the race. By now, Joe Maffrey's not going to have enough distance to catch up to Casey Richardson. The police jury is going to go 5-0 this month. The police jury, Casey Richardson and Rusty Williamson are on with us as number 1. Well, the next event, because Casey Richardson outsmarts Joe Maffrey, who will come in 2nd place. That will be followed by Louis Charleston in 3rd place. And who got the next speed buzz? It's number 7, Natsu. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. Rusty Williamson will join Casey Richardson in the celebration momentarily. Rusty Williamson now has 5 wins, and Casey Richardson jumps up to his 15th win on 17 races so far. As Rusty Williamson gets a sign now to number 2, with the next command because number 2 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. Alright, so the police jury improved to 5-0. That's right, and Casey Richardson now has 15 wins of his cinema season. That's what we keep on next week. More exciting action after this announcement. And now, Paul, I think it's time to simple it up race number 8. And we will be running. Race number 8 will feature Danny Frazier and Ryan Christian against Joshua Salmore and Zach Arson, who is the fastest swimmer of the 48 superstars. Let's find out which team will prevail. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Here we go. The next 2 teams are off and running, trying to impress the Bismarck, North Dakota attendance with us today. And right now, the honor fever is surely getting red hot for this current moment. Right now, the 4 chocolate chicken palm trees are being known as coconut shake fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Ryan Christian is dancing to the beat, and so is Zach Arson. That means it's Danny Frazier versus Joshua Salmore up in the front, along with number 7 and 8. Right now, Danny and Joshua are making their way towards the water, and right now, number 8 is for us. And all of our superstars are flying towards the water. As Zach Arson, who is already making his way to the other side of the water when COE talks for this race. That was quick for Zach Arson, yep. And right now, number 1 is trying his best to catch up along with number 8, as speed was number 2 in this race, was made by Joshua Salmore. He is chewing on Zach Arson after he went to rest, Zach Arson trying to defend the lead over Danny Frazier at the cowboy, as the next BS win made by number 7 try to lead over the 4th to Chao. And right now it is number 8 as we pass the 1 minute mark, who is all alone in last place, all the way behind the back of the crowd. Right now a couple of Silver Chao pauses for one, and who got the next BS? It's Danny Frazier trying to catch up to Zach Arson, but I think Zach Arson should be off and running once he gets to the home stretch. Ryan Christian also trying his best to catch up to Zach Arson, but I say Jonathan Sandwich, Zach Arson are going to win this one with incredible swimming point. Yep, Ryan Christian is going to he'll be left behind the competition. Next BS belongs to number 7. That makes his second speed bus in the race. And right now, poor number 8, meanwhile, is still left behind in the competition. He's going to need a couple of speed buses to get back in this one. And this is the first of them. And back with fun, Zach Arson has passed the waterfall with a big lead ahead of his opponents right now. He is supposed to approach the home stretch, and he should be off and running towards that goal line momentarily. As Danny Frazier wound in the next command spears, and there goes Zach Arson, quickly making his way through the movie course and into the finish line. And he and Joshua Sanborn are all winners. Tying up another win for Joshua and Zach to the growing chain of victories. As Ryan Christian will get the next two SPS, but he will have to settle for a loss. And right now, number 2 and 8 are getting left behind the competition as the race comes to a close. I knew Zach Arson would pay off his swing ability again. That's right, and that was all led to Joshua and Zach to an amazing victory. Coming up, we got more Zangachi for you, but first have a look at this. Alright, there's still a couple more races before the main event. So, Paul, who do we have next? Next up, we have Alf Dennis and Peter Foles against Corey Sanchester and J.J. Nehemiah. And here's a look in the lineup for this next race. And it's back down to the field once again for another exciting race of our Week 16 action. Everyone is on clock, so without further ado, please start the race. Alright, so Ralph and Peter tried desperately to get wins for the season, while Corey Sanchester and J.J. Nehemiah try to keep up with the solid season they had so far this year. Right now, number 7 and 8 will go to rest, so these two Silverchair will be left behind on the competition for a while. Our 4 superstars are checking the boundaries and they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Ralph Dennis pressing down the line. And Peter Foles is dancing to the beat, so he'll be left behind on the competition. As J.J. Nehemiah wins the first speed bus for this race, and he is going to be flying towards the wire trying to gain the ground in the early line. And right now, number 7 was dancing to the beat, so he'll be dropping down to last place. And right now, one Silverchair is pausing more, and another Silverchair is going rise. As number 2 takes speed bus number 2 in this race, he's also heading for the wide cut more, trying to make a quick way to the other side. Right now, it is J.J. Nehemiah who has the lead, with his partner, Corey Sanchester, safely in an easy second place, as the next BS we made by Peter Foles, the computer wizard of the Chao Racing Master. That was a good speed bus right now. Poor number 8 is getting left behind on the competition as we approach the 1 minute mark. As number 1, who also really needs some help, takes the next speed bus. And right now it is J.J. Nehemiah, who is at the sapphire portion of the Emerald course, trying to assist Corey Sanchester for the huge lead, who is sitting in second place at the Cowboy. And who will get the next command speed bus? We're about to find out right now. It is going to be number 8 who got. He finally got a speed bus. That was a good speed bus right there, but I think he needs a lot more help than that to stay in the game. Meanwhile, Ralph Dennis and Peter Foles are trying their best to battle with number 2 for 3rd place at the Cowboy. As number 7, well, the next command speed bus, and right now the poor number 8 is getting left behind in the competition. And Peter Foles is going to rest, so he will drop down to last place. That means he's going to need a couple of speed buses to get back in this one, and this is one of them. That makes his second speed bus in the race. Right now, Corey Sanchester is going to rest, but J.J. Nehemiah has a commanding lead over Ralph Dennis. Peter Foles, he is going to be safely towards the home stretch with no opponents to worry about. And this time, Peter Foles, the computer wizard himself, goes one consecutive. But this race is all about JJ Nehemiah as he lifts Corey Sanchez for the victory. Ralph Dennis won't have enough. This is a catch-up to him in time. As number 1 takes his second speed bus, JJ Nehemiah leads Corey Sanchez towards the victory over Ralph Dennis and Peter Foles. So now they jump to 4-1 in the solid tag team season so far this year. Peter Foles will come second and Ralph Dennis will come in third. Alright, so well done to Corey Sanchez and JJ Nehemiah. That's right, they deserve to be the better team, as always. And we'll find out who will be the next victors of Week 16 after we find out a word from this. Alright, welcome back from our commercial break. Now who do we have here? Well, we can tell you that Lucky the Irish is with us for race number 10. Iron Fabulous Warriors Steve Wingman and Rambling Marchante versus Connor John Howard and RJ Upton, or OJ Upton for short. Let's find out who will be victorious in our Honor Festival this week. Everyone's on clock, and let's rock this place! Alright, so Steve Wingman and Rambling Marchante trying desperately to get wins for the season, while Connor John Howard and OJ Upton trying to keep up with the pace. Right now, the 4 Chao going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut shake food. All 8 Chao from this pack are shaking the palm trees to the cowboy. And right now, they're going to eat the fruit. And Rambling Marchante is going to have command of the lead. And look at that. The Lucky the Irish is going to have the upper hand because Connor John Howard and OJ Upton are both dancing to the beat. And as number 7 goes to rest, the first superstar to get speed plus is RJ Upton, or OJ Upton for short. Number 8 seems like he's also going to rest, so now he will be left behind in last place all the way in the back and back. Another silver Chao is pausing for a moment. And who will have speed plus number 2 in this race? It's number 8 as he approaches some water. There he goes with that all beatability of the speed bus. Rambling Marchante is going to rest, so that means Connor John Howard will be catching up a little bit, as the next speed bus will be made by Connor John Howard. He's catching up to Rambling Marchante in the current moment, and right now, RJ Upton or OJ Upton is going to rest. That means he'll drop down to last place or after the competition. And who will get the next command speed bus? As we pass the 1 minute mark, it's number 7 who leaves RJ Upton in the dust. And right now it looks like Connor John Howard stops to pause for one. That means Steve Wingman will have to push about with Connor John Howard for second place, along with number 1. They are making their way towards the sapphire portion of the Yellow course. And down goes number 1 for the count. Who got the next speed bus? It's OJ Upton, who's trying desperately to catch up. That makes his second speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, Rambling Marchante has a commanding lead over Connor John Howard. He's trying his best to get his long-away second win of the season. Will he get the job done? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 2. Now he really needs some help, and he got it. Connor John Howard trying to make one last effort to try to stay alive, trying to make the pass from Rambling Marchante as they make their way towards the top of the wall. And it looks like Connor John Howard is going to rest. And so is Steve Wingman. So it's all Rambling Marchante for the lead as he makes his way towards the whole stretch. As RJ Upton will get a first speed bus for this race. And number 8 is going to rest. Right now, Rambling Marchante is safely at the home stretch with no opponents to worry about. I do believe it's time for the Lucky Irish to shine this week. And here comes Connor John Howard with the next command speed bus. He's trying his best to make his second speed bus pay off in the only run. He's catching up to his partner OJ Upton, but I think we will have to settle for second place, even with the crumble swimming ability. Yep. The Lucky Irish wins this one with Rambling Marchante, as the last speed bus on this race was made by number 8. So despite one last effort by Connor John Howard, Rambling Marchante and Steve Wingman of Lucky Irish get the long-away second win of the season. Right, tag team and individually, and we'll have an defending champions in a bit after we hear word for this. And now, Paul, we have a very interesting race for our fans in Bismarck today. That's right, it's a rematch of last season's Tag Team Championship, featuring our defending champions, Star Reigns and Luke Green, against the runners-up, Alvin Jr. and Chris Menangos. And then coming up in our main event, Raymond Hill and Michael Grayson look for their second tag team honors against Trevor Hoffman and Orchester. But right now, let's find out who will prevail in round 2 of this exciting saga for this season. Everyone is on the clock, and good luck to these two teams on the quest for victory. Let's have a Chao race! Alright, so Luke Queen is going to lead Donald Reddings and the defending champions through the river path and into the palm trees. They've done a mighty fine job going 4-0 during the first half of the season. Now they're going to try to keep up with that pace for the second half of the season. Right now, Luke Green is off and running after he eat the fruit. The other three Chao are going to eat the fruit momentarily. And there goes Alvin Jr. He's going to have second place. Donald Reddings not too far behind in third place. And who is going to get the first speed bus for this exciting race of week 16? It's going to be number 1, who is dancing with numbers 2 and 8 all the way in the back. So now number 1 will have to push to defend 6th place over number 2 and 8. Take a look at numbers 2 and 8. They're both trying to catch up to number 1 after he took the speed bus. They're making their way towards the pitches of the one. And numbers 2 and 8 are going at the same time. So these two Chao will be left behind in the competition as number 1, who exactly leads numbers 2 and 8 in the dust, opens this one up with back-to-back speed bus. And Luke Green is going so Donald Reddings will have to prove to catch up a little bit. And right now, Alvin Jr. and Chris Vinagos try their best to catch up, but we'll see which one of them will really gain the upper hand later on. As we head back into number 1, that's 3 in a row for number 1 in the Cup one. He's doing a great job keeping up with the pace. Right now, number 8 is getting left behind in the competition, so is number 2. Which one of them will get a chance to stay alive with next speed bus? It's number 2 who got it, so he will lead number 8 in the dust. Meanwhile, Luke Queen has a little bit more room ahead of Chris Vinagos and Cup one. His team is trying to make it 5-0 this week, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do it indeed, if they keep it up. Next PS belongs to number 7, who leads over the 4-7 Chao, and now it's a good speed bus right now. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is getting all alone in last place. I do believe it's time for number 8 to get some speed bus, and I mean right now. But it's Alvin Jr. who will get the next command speed bus, trying to hold on to Donald Reddings for second place. Luke Queen is the first to approach home stretch, trying to wrap things up for the defending champions in a rematch of last season's tag team championship. As number 7 will get number 10, that makes his second speed bus of the race. Looks like Donald Reddings and Luke Queen are going to improve to 5-0 this month. The LT won't have enough to catch up to them in time. As number 1 takes his 4th speed bus, Luke Queen lifts Donald Reddings to 5-0 this month for the defending champions themselves. One is season it was for the defending champions, and I hope they keep it up next month. And number 8 is going so he can just win it on his face. Alright, so it's 5-0 for Donald Reddings and Luke Queen. That's right, they're still undefeated for the defending champions. Will Raymond and Michael Queen do the same thing? We'll find out in the main event after the break. Alright, so the defending champions are 5-0, but what about our returning champions for our main event? We're about to find out right now, Brandon. It's week 16's main event, featuring Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton against the challengers Trevor Hoffman and Owen Cheston. And this week's main event is presented by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. So please make sure to use your MasterCard with you for priceless possibilities. And right now, the two teams for the main event are all lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and we start the race! Alright, so last month, Raymond Hill and Michael Clayton did a very good job winning their first tag team honors. Will they go 5-0 this week? Raymond Hill is trying desperately to rebound from his tough losses from the last couple of races. Right now, number 8 will score the rest, so he will be left behind the competition. The two teams are shaking the palm trees, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And Owen Cheston's going to have command of the lead. Raymond Hill and Trevor Hoffman not too far behind in second place, battling for second place. And it looks like Raymond Hill and Trevor Hoffman are both heading for the water. As the first superstar against Beavers on week 16's main event presented by MasterCard is number 8. And look at that. Number 2 is going to rest, and number 1 is pausing for more. But I think number 7 and number 2 are both heading for the water in the Kevin Wood. That will gain a little bit of ground, the only one. They're trying desperately to get back on track after pausing or going the rest of the Gumborn. We'll soon know if they'll keep up with the pace. As number 8, who desperately needs to catch up around the bridges, opens this one up with back-to-back speedruns, and there he goes, flying over at the bridges. Right now, it is Trevor Harper who's trying to defend the lead over Raymond Hill, the returning champions for Week 16's main event. And we are approaching the 1 minute mark as the next speedruns we made by Michael Creighton, trying to cheer on Raymond Hill for the second tag team up honors. Right now, number 1 and 2 are getting left behind from the yellow silver Chao. I think one of them should return to the next command spears, and it will be number 1 who will get that chance to stay alive. And number 8 box 4 points and he'll drop down compass. Meanwhile, Trevor Harper will be the first to approach the wall, but I think Raymond Hill should have a chance to get back in this one. He's catching up alright. We'll see if his strategy will work in the early one. Next spears belongs to number 2. Now he desperately really needs help, and he got it. Owen Cheston and Michael Creighton will join these two Chao momentarily. The Air Force Silver Chao also making their way towards the wall. And who will get the next one? It's going to be made momentarily, and it will be Raymond Hill who will get the next command spears. Trying to wake up for a snap, and look at that. Trevor Harper is also going to rest. That means Raymond Hill will have the privilege to defend the lead over Trevor Harper and Owen Cheston. As number 2 will get another turn. That makes sense. I can speed buzz on the base. Right now, Raymond Hill trying to lift Michael Creighton for a second straight tag team up honors. I do believe Raymond Hill is going to be a winner this time around. As number 2 takes back-to-back spears, Trevor Harper won't have enough distance to catch up to Raymond Hill in time. Raymond Hill and Michael Creighton win the second consecutive tag team up honors. That will be followed by Trevor Harper in second place, and Owen Cheston will come in third. So Raymond Hill and Michael Creighton improved to 5-0, and they mean it. As number 2 is better to close out Week 16's main event presented by MasterCard with 3 consecutive speedruns. That brings us to total 4 speedruns for number 2, and Raymond Hill and Michael Creighton made it 5-0 in a win Las Vegas. That's right, 2 straight tag team up honors, and then we can be back next month. Back in a bit, do not go away.